So I want to put together a video for other people who are diagnosed with a concussion. I was in a biking accident 11 weeks ago, which I had many different injuries, and one was a concussion that I did not take serious. And I wanted to share with you some of the tips that I learned. So this is going to be a quick guide to how to deal with your concussion. First thing, make sure you go see a doctor. Write down all of your symptoms so they can see if that is what you have. For me, I had a constant headache, lightheadedness, dizzy, moody, concentration and memory issues. I always felt like I was just in a fog. Very hard to fall asleep at night, but then tired. Extreme sensitivity to light and to sound and any kind of activity. Realize also that concussions affects your learning, your memory, and your emotions. I truly felt like this was happening to somebody else, that they took over my brain and it was not my same personality. So it's okay if you have sad feelings, if you are feeling anxiety or irritable. That's all part of the concussion. Two, make sure you can accept what it is. I did not take it serious. This is a brain injury, and each injury in each person is very different on how they heal. I also tried to keep putting a goal, a timetable of when I'd be better, which I look back and I think that's really silly, because my brain's going to heal when it's ready to heal, and could not really have a timetable set for that. Also, I had to change my expectations that it's okay to have cereal for dinner some nights. If your husband's gone or you can't get anything going, that's fine. It's okay if your house isn't that clean. You need to try to just rest and accept that things might be different for a while. It's hard because you will look normal, you look healthy, and I try to still put on a smile even though I have a headache most of the time or feel nauseous. And so you might have to remind people of what you're going through and why you can't go out to a restaurant or why you can't do certain things. One thing that the doctors always kept saying to me is I need to relax. And I'm like, oh, such a simple word, but it's just so difficult to do. And there's probably other people that have personalities like me, which are just like on the go, high energy, in control of their family and everything. So this was very hard. I had to have like a relaxation schedule that I would make, so I would fit that in. And if you do too much, your concussion will get worse and your recovery will be longer. So just remember that you need to take care of yourself first for that. Things you cannot do: no computers, no TV, no reading, no exercising, no driving, no going to the store or group activities like kids' soccer games or church or parties, and no fun, right? I mean, I really felt like I had been grounded this whole summer. All the fun things we had planned, I just could not go to them. But little by little, I have been recovering. It's been a gradual upswing to that, but you have to take this serious, and minimal stimulation is the best thing for your brain. But there's lots of things you can do, and I was finding that I really liked listening to podcasts. I like the TED Talks. I listened to a lot of NPR where you could search a certain word. So I first learned all about concussions, and then just things that interest me. I would have visitors come and to my house, and like an hour and a half would be a great time to visit. Light walking. I did guided meditations, massages, baths, pick up a craft. My kids and I have been painting rocks. Let's see, like this one says, slow down, smile. So try to think of a fun activity that you can do either by yourself or as a family that can be enjoyable but also relaxing at the same time. I also sometimes could talk on the phone quite well, and I'm getting a lot better at that and actually kind of feel normal talking on the phone now. So one other thing I want to talk about is sleep. I had a lot of difficulty, and I still do have a lot of difficulty falling asleep at night, so I've been using essential oils. So if this is affecting you, go out and get some lavender essential oils, sleeping time, put it in a diffuser and use before you go to bed. Put some in your bath at night. They would be in the organic section of your grocery store. I also have used melatonin or Advil Tylenol PM, and I always like to have a nice cup of sleepy time tea before I go to bed. Also, for relaxation, if you have a family, you might have to create some new rules. One of my sisters helped me out with this, that my family knew it was one conversation at a time. Let's see, what other kind of rules did we have? Do not wake up mommy. You need quiet voices. Things to do with mommy would be reading me books and things like that. Now I'm at the stage where they're helping me with my memory, and we're playing cards and games, and that has been very fun and very helpful as well. I also want to talk about the guided meditation, because I felt like that really helped me to improve quickly. I did Deepak Chopra's 21-day challenge, and for people who know how high energy I am, they were like, wow, you actually can meditate, so if I can do it, anybody can do it. So definitely give it a try. There's so many different kinds out there, so see which one inspires you the most, which one you like the most. Also, when you go to the library to get you can go to the library, get CDs and things like that. Like, here's like a guided relaxation for headache release. There's many different MP3 player stories that I've listened to, and they also have a lot of meditations online that you can just listen to. Another thing is, really, this was one of the hardest things, is just to stop when you feel your symptoms getting worse. For me, it's the headache and the nausea and the dizziness that was always my clues. When you just feel it coming on, just stop what you're doing. I tended to just keep going a little bit more. Oh, I want to quickly get this done, or something like that. But it's only going to set you back. Something that's worked for me is setting a timer, that if I want to go on the computer, I'll set it for 30 minutes. And when that timer goes off, I need to be done. So try that. Also, journal everything. I started doing some video journaling when it was hard for me to write, and I would write down when I would take my medication and what I did each day, how I felt. It was good for me to see what things really trigger my symptoms more when I would look back. I also, in the back of my notebook, would always have like a to-do list. So things that need to get done around the house, a grocery list, things like that. And then I also had a folder that was just everything about my bike accident, and then different things from my therapies, just to keep organized. When you have memory issues, organization is key. I use my smartphone for everything. I used to just put my appointments in there, but I'd always remember them. And now I have an hour reminder on everything. And that has really helped to make sure I don't miss anything. Also, something I had a hard time with was accepting help. A lot of people want to help you, and it's okay. I know if I had a friend in the same situation, I would definitely want to help them. So if they ask if they can bring over a meal, let them do that. If you are able to hire a housekeeper or anything like that, that'd be wonderful. Also, I realized my decision skills were very impaired, and I was making not very good decisions. I was planning on taking a work trip about a week after the accident, and so it's good to always talk about different decisions that you want to make with different people, and I'm actually still doing that today, because I just want to make sure, okay, with what I'm thinking, does this sound logical, and everything. Another thing that I've been doing is eating healthy for my brain, for my recovery. My taste buds have changed since my concussion, and I kind of hope they stay this way, because I lost 10 pounds. But I really just ate when I was taking my medication, like every 3 hours with the ibuprofen Tylenol. Now I just really try to eat as many, get blueberries, spinach, whole grains, avocados, fish, eggs, multivitamin, water, and more water. Also, do not drink alcohol. I tried like half a glass of wine one night, and I felt like I was hungover the next day. Your brain, your body, you do not have a tolerance for alcohol probably anymore. So try to stay away from that. So with what I'm doing right now with my post-concussion syndrome is I see a physical therapist, occupational therapist, speech, and a health coach. And so with my physical therapist, they really worked on my vestibular system. When I'd have my dizzy spells, I would get so dizzy I'd be on the floor at a store or something. It was awful. And she really helped with getting these crystals that are in my ear that were all over the place to get them in the sacks that they needed to be in. She's also helping with my vision and some other things, so I continue to see a physical therapist for that. The occupational therapist and speech therapist, they both work on memory skills, but just in a little bit different way. The speech more on the language memory skills, so that has been very helpful as well. And the health coach is just something new for me, but it's wonderful just to meet with somebody and talk about really how this is changing your life and how you can maybe what you need to do or what you need to accept to help you stay positive, especially with concussions when it's so emotional. You really need to stay positive about your recovery so you can recover good. So right now, with my post-concussion syndrome, I still just have the headaches, the nausea, emotional memory issues and sleep difficulties, but I'm just happy to know that every day I get better, and I really feel that I'm going to have a full recovery. I walk every day. I do yoga at home. I'm going to start working this next week 2 hours a day. I continue therapy, and looking forward to going to restaurants again and to the stores and everything else. So I'm just really grateful for this time that I am going to be able to be hopefully recovered, and for all my friends and family who have helped me along the way. And I hope that this quick guide to concussions is going to help you, and so relax and listen to your body, and I wish you well.